what's up? I am here to talk to you about how I fit coaching into my busy life. And I just want to give you a little bit of background about what busy looks like for me. I'm a nurse, a registered nurse. I have been for 11 years. I used to work ER trauma. So for 10 years, I was an ER trauma nurse. And I worked, for 8 of those years, I worked in San Francisco. For 6 years, I was an ER trauma nurse that lived and worked anywhere from 250 miles up to 450-ish miles away from where I worked and lived, right? I had to commute that distance to get from home to work. And I did work full-time at one of the busiest hospitals. I worked at San Francisco General Hospital, which is the only trauma center in the city and county of San Francisco, and it is also the city and county hospital. So batshit crazy, right? Working full-time as a nurse, living and working. I would drive anywhere from 3.5 to 7 hours to get to work. I would go down either every single weekend, depending on how far away I was at that given time where I was living in California. And so I would either go down every weekend or I would go down and work 6 shifts in a row. I worked graveyard, so 6 graveyard shifts in a row, and then I'd come home and get my life back together, try to rest, spend time with my fiance and dogs. My fiance was a wildland firefighter. He was a smoke jumper for 12 years, and so we were busy, right? At one point for 2 years, I worked 2 jobs. So I worked one job where I lived and one job, that was when I was driving 3.5 hours, right? You could imagine how crazy that schedule was. And I was still doing fitness programs, doing all my food prep, all the daily responsibilities, cleaning the house, taking care of animals, so on and so forth, right? Still having a social life. Trust me when I say that no matter what your schedule looks like, I know you can fit it in. Currently, so I said that I've been a nurse for 11 years and I did that for 10, that craziness, the ER trauma for 10 of those years. Now for the last year, I've been the executive administrator for a surgery center, where I also am the RN manager and I work as an RN in the surgery center on surgery days. So again, I'm now 9 to 5 living and working in the same place, but being the administrator, being an executive management of a surgery center is insane, right? So I'm busy. I also happen to know tons of other women who are even busier than I am, who are still making it work. So I don't really have any excuses. We're all busy. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. We need to stop using busy as an excuse and start using it as a reason, a motivation to actually take better control of our time instead of wasting it. And I think that that's what I'm a victim to, just like everybody else. We all waste a lot of time. And so, what I've done is I stopped watching so much TV. I do still watch TV. As I get busier in my business, that might have to go away for a little while. I don't know, we'll see. But right now, TV is what my fiance and I do together on the couch in the evenings, right? And so I don't sacrifice my family time for this. I just make sure that the sacrifices that I am making help ensure that I can get my business done and still have that family time, which is incredibly important to me. So that means that I might wake up a little bit earlier in the morning to get 30 minutes or an hour of work done before my workout, before I go to work, or maybe I stay up a little bit later. We've all sacrificed sleep for things that we want, right? Like how many times have you stayed up late to hang out with friends? How many times have you stayed up late to watch a movie? How many times have you stayed up late for something that brings you joy, right? We can do those things. We just like to make excuses for I can't stay up any later. I have to go to work in the morning. I get it. I'm not asking you to do 4 hours of sleep a night. That's not healthy. I'm just saying, could you stay up 30 minutes later to get some work done? Could you do it on your lunch break? Lots of times on my lunch break, I park myself in my office or go out to my car, heat my food up and eat it while I'm on my phone working. The beauty of this is that you can do all the work for this business from your phone, laptop, tablet, anywhere that you have Wi-Fi or cell phone service, right? So you can do it in the line at the grocery store. You got 5 minutes while you're waiting in line in multiple places sometimes. You have time when you're waiting in the lobby of things, like if you have appointments, doctors, or whatever kind of appointments that you have through the week. You could do it, sometimes I'll tell my fiance, hey, I didn't get a lot of my work done today. I'm going to sit down and watch TV with you, but I might be on my phone working a little bit. Is that okay? Do you have a problem with that? So communication between yourself and whoever you live with, or whoever your family or whoever is in your life on a regular basis, communication is everything. And that's another way that I get my business done, is I ask for help. I ask him, hey, I have a call tonight. Would you mind taking over for dinner, right? I don't care if you order pizza. I don't care if you make, quesadillas. Like, beggars can't be choosers, right? Can you just take over the dinner responsibilities? He's happy to do it, because this is the deal. What I'm working for is not just my future, it's our future. And I've sat down and had a conversation with my fiance and told him, this is what I'm working for. I'm working for our retirement. I'm working so that if we want to, we can quit our jobs and design our own schedule. We'll still be working hard, but it'll be on our time, not on somebody else's time, right? I've told him I'm working for this one trip, right? I'm working so that I can earn money for our wedding. I'm working so that, we can live this life. And we have sat down and talked about the life it is that we want to lead, and we've dreamed together about it. So when I ask him to pick up dinner or to take care of the laundry or something like that, he knows why. But the key is that I have to deliver on that. So I have to do the work. And it doesn't mean that there's an immediate return and I'm like showering in money, right? It means that he can see me actively working towards the goal when I ask him to help me. It's not that I'm scrolling Facebook while he's cooking dinner. Does that make sense? So this can be fit into your life in power pockets. It can look like an hour in the morning. It can look like an hour in the evening. It can look like 10 minutes in multiple power pockets throughout the day. It can look like 15 minutes on your lunch, one of your break, your breakfast break, maybe 20 minutes on your lunch break. You can fit this into your life however it works for you, but basically you find a way to get a total of an hour or two in every day. And I am damn willing to sacrifice an hour or two every day to completely design a life that I want to live and not work towards somebody else's paycheck, right? Right now, people think, oh, you're the executive administrator of a surgery center. Girl, I'm living paycheck to paycheck just like you. I'm struggling to pay the bills just like you, right? That's not the life that I want to lead for the rest of my life, particularly not when I have kids. I want to be able to be present for my kids and not like running myself rampant with this 9 to 5, right? I want to be able to take them on trips and get them whatever they need to help with their development. And right now, I really couldn't give that kind of a life to my children if I had them. So that's what I'm working towards. It's worth any sacrifice of time, however you have to fit it in. You do not have to have a bunch of free time, but you just have to learn how to use those power pockets in your day more wisely and more intentionally. So I think if I can do it, you can do it. If all the women who are doing it currently and are killing it can do it with their busy lives, then, we can too. So, bye.